Hi everyone, I'm Farmer Jolly and welcome back to our Let's Play series on Oakbridge Farm. Now, we have spent a little bit of money to start the episode off. We've bought a chainsaw and we've bought a timber trailer, just a little timber trailer, so that we can make a start on turning some of our trees from the new plot of land that we bought in the last episode into logs or prefab walls to make some money. Now, the reason we've gone for such a small trailer is, firstly, the cost. We didn't have enough money to buy the big lorry one straight away, and I wanted something that was going to be relatively quick, because the other two trailers that we could have afforded would have taken quite a lot of our money, but would have had to been towed off the tractors, which would have taken quite a long time to get to and from. Whereas at least with the pickup truck we can go quite fast. But we are going to have a smaller, possibly a smaller load. So the trees that we own are just here. So let's see if we can find a way in. So I'm hoping, it's going to just get out of the way. There we go. So I'm hoping there's going to be a track into the trees, which it looks like there isn't on this side. Let's go up again and see. There might be, it looks like this circles round, so we might get lucky. I'm hoping to find an entrance, because it looked like when we jumped into it, here we go. This is the way in. We've got quite a lot that we can do with this land. We can obviously cut down all of these trees, and there are quite a few, and we can also remove the rocks, but we will need a skid steer for that. So let's turn the engine off. Now we can only cut the trees into 3 meter length. So let's start with this tree here. Let's cut it as close as we can. And we are going to have to remove these branches. We have got the forestry helper and lumberjack mod installed, so the forestry helper is going to be really useful, because at least we'll be able to see the lengths that we need to be cutting the logs at. So at the moment, I think if we bring up the HUD, it's set to 5 meters, so let's change that down to 3. Here we go. Oh, I think there's a, yep, there we go. So let's get chopping. So yeah, this length is acceptable. It says it's not brilliant, but it is acceptable. It will be nice at some point to be able to get the trailer for the truck, so that we can make more. But for now, this is not going to be too bad, and I don't think we're going to be able to lift many of these because of the weight. So what's that one weigh? Yeah, 212 kilos. Oh, we can lift this though, so it's just that. Oh, we've got a. That's fine. And we're not using super strength. This is. We can actually lift these weights because they are under 200 kilos. I think that's the limit that the game lets you lift without anything else. So we'll get these stacked up and then we will see how full they make the trailer. But I don't want to spend the entire episode chopping down these trees. But I would like to be able to make a start for the log. Oh, I'd like the timber yard to make a start so we can get some money. So I think we should. Okay, so apparently we can go a bit longer than 3 because I think we could probably go to about 4. What? I don't know. It might be a bit awkward. It might be 3.5. I don't want to go too long, but that has taken quite a bit. While we're here, let's chop down another tree so that it's ready for me to get back. I suppose we could actually chop down a few trees and then just deliver them. This is quite a long tree by the looks of it. Now, should we try and do 3.5 meter length? So that's a 3 there. That's 4. Let's try it here. It should be about 3.4. So that's 3.4. I'm just hoping that these actually fit. And then just chop the last bit off there. So here we go. And again, I'm going to guess that it is just this back one that we cannot lift. Yep, I'm hoping. Oh, that's too heavy as well. That's okay, so we can still stack it relatively neatly. Now I'm not sure if we are going to be able to fit these on the trailer or not. We will find out. Let's just try. There you go. Make that a little bit neater. Try and get ourselves repositioned. And oh, we full. I think the trailer's full. I can lift this one, so what we'll do is we will not hit it on the trailer, just lift it over and drop it there. So we might actually be able to get to 4 or think we might go to 3.5 and leave it there. So, as this trailer is pretty much full, let's take it over to the timber yard. Now, it would be nice to have a more of a forestry vehicle as opposed to just the standard pickup, but again, at the moment we can't afford that, so we are going to have to stick with this. But I think what would be a nice goal for this episode would be to get the bigger lorry truck trailer, because then we can take a bit more, and I think that's about 26,000 if I remember correctly. And I'm still trying desperately to not sell the silage, but if we really have to, that would allow us to buy that. And I would at some point like to get the skid steer so that we can remove the rocks as well. But if we just jump into the store and come up to wood transport, so this is the trailer that I'm thinking. It's 26,000, just because this one is 42.5. We don't need the mud flaps. The front guard would be nice, but it saves us 3 grand. So yeah, 26,000. We would need to adjust the auto load on it. But then, so that's that. And then for the skid steer, they are quite expensive. So again, we're about 35 to 77, or we've got the smaller two here, which are 15 and 25. But we do have some nice mods. So obviously we've got the stump grinder here and the hydraulic breaker. But we do also have this mod, which is Dipper Fox, which is a machine that grinds the stumps. We'll probably just stick with the standard stump grind just because of the cost. At least that's 2.5 grand. That's £10,000 more. But oh, we've got a car in the way. Well, we're in the way of a car. Let's get ourselves out of the way. And actually, yeah, let's just get there. We'll have a look as to which production we should activate. But I think trying to get that lorry so that we can take more wood in one go would be brilliant. And potentially, once we've chopped all the trees down, we could remove all the stumps and the rocks and then plough that into a field as a possibility. So I think the timber yard is just down here somewhere. I'm not sure where. I think we went the wrong side. So let's just pull straight through quickly. Ah, here we go. Here it is. So we should be able to just pull up here. Now if we jump into this menu, and well, let's have a look at what we can make. So we can do long planks, normal planks, prefab walls, and wood beams. So let's see what we can do. I do also have the firewood mod installed, but that would involve us placing it down. But actually, let's just have a quick look, because that might be something that we could place down here. So I think it's going to be classed under factories. Or it might be, oh no, it's here, yeah. So this is the firewood, and oh, why are we... Yeah, so we don't have the money to do it yet, but we could place it down, probably, I think, about, no, we need that one free, possibly about here, or even, just trying to find the best place for it. Somewhere there might be quite a good option, and just see how profitable that is. So that, anyway, we can't do that at the moment, so let's keep looking at what we've got. So we've got planks, which sell for a max price of 2,574. Planks long are better with 3,506. Prefab walls are anywhere from 8,717 to 9,352, so they're going to be the best, and then I think it was wood beams. Yeah, so they're 5,000. So we're going to just do the prefab walls. So let's activate that, and we'll have that storing. So if I take the straps off, I think it's here. This should get rid of. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that wasn't too bad. They gave us 4,000 litres. And if we just come around this corner here and jump into the production menu. So we should get about 1 pallet straight away. So that's not bad. So we're going to struggle to fill this. Are there any contracts that we could possibly take out? There's a bear wrap. I'm not doing a bear wrapping contract because that one took ages. We've got a wood transport and a deadwood contract. Now we're doing those on the survival series because they're actually quite profitable. So we will accept the deadwood contract, and I'm also going to. Oh, how long are these? They're going to be quite long, so we're going to struggle with that. I think we'll leave that one. How big is our cedar? Because I think that's going to take quite a bit of time. Let's just have a look. Where's cedars? What cedar do we have? Oh, yeah. 3 meters. Yeah, no, that's going to take us ages. So yeah, we'll leave that. Let's go and do this deadwood contract, which is just down the road. And before we collect the money, we can drop the deadwood off at the sawmill. We need to have a look at how our field is going as well. We do also have the goat's milk and stuff to sell. Okay, this is going to be really quick, these deadwood contracts. Or this deadwood contract. So let's jump out. Let's get this. Okay, we're going to have to cut this there. Right, so all the trees are chopped down and cut up into about the 3 meter length, and this is the last tree that we've got to deliver. All the others are, or should be, yeah, there we go, all piled up ready. So I just need to try and get the trailer mostly in, and then we can try and hopefully we'll sell everything in one go. I think that will do. So let's, well, I say sell everything, deliver everything. So there's currently about 3,200 litres, so that's taken us up to 12,000. That's amazing. And we can now go and collect that contract money. So it was only £750, but it's better than nothing. Now we've also got here about I think it's here, yes. £2,000 of goat's milk and 8,000 of wool. So that we are going to go and sell that. So if we jump in here, we will race back. We might swing via the forest area and drop the trailer off just so it's out of the way. But we're going to head back to the sheep enclosure and grab the pallets. So I'll see you in a second. Right, so we have got the wool and goat's milk all loaded up, and we're going to head over to the sell anywhere container and get this sold. I'm not sure how much it's going to give us, but I was also having a quick look. Now, we did drop the forestry trailer off at the new plot of trees, but this pickup truck, as lovely as it is, it's not built for forestry. It's got very small wheels, and would be useful if I could drive. Yeah, it's got very small wheels. It's low to the ground. We can't do much with it. Now, there is another truck that we can buy new but have a patina on it, so that it looks quite old, which is about the same value as this, but we can have it more suited to forestry. Am I going the wrong way? Yeah, we've gone the wrong way. You know what, let's go to the store. I'll show you the truck that we are thinking of, and we can always, even if we buy it with the patina, at some point we can re-customize it so that it looks like a brand new truck, but it's going to possibly save some money if we are sensible. We can also upgrade it as and when we need to or wish to. So let's just drop the trailer off there. I'm going to just park this here for a second. So if we jump into the store and go into the car category, now it is this international, so it's still an International Series 200, but it's been customized. So we can, for example, go for this, which still has the tow bar on. One thing that we would do would be change the color, possibly to something like this. We don't need a special edition. I'm not sure what this design color changes. Doesn't look like it changes anything. So let's just, I can't remember what it was. I think it was that. I'm not sure. But it is 22,000. Now, if we went back to standard and we sort of did it ourselves, because we want forestry, and I like these wheels. So we can, I think we'll have this engine. Let's just see. Let's put that on. So we're at 19. I do like the cabin visor. We don't necessarily need the steps. Extra lights would be useful, so we do need to put this bed option on. And winch wise, we'd need to change the bumper. So 22,500 for that. Now, how much can we get if we repair this truck? So we can actually afford it. So let's repair it and repaint it, and we are going to say goodbye to our lovely red truck. So let's sell our truck, and we're now going to come back around and respec that vehicle. So we now have a new old truck. So let's jump in, fire it up, and I'm hoping that we can still hitch up to this trailer. Yes, we can. It might be at a bit of an angle. Is it at a bit of an angle? Yes, it is. just don't think there's any way that we've got no control, so we're just gonna have to deal with that. The front wheel is lifted completely off the ground, but for our forestry, it's going to... I'm just wondering, actually, let's just customize this. If I need to redo it all again now. Typical. So leave the wheels. Put that back on. That back on. That. That. Didn't have that. Had that. Didn't have that. We had the black ones of those. Trailer hitch. If I go for design 2, we might be able to adjust it. So I think we will spend that. We had the winch. There we go. Let's just change the number plate just so that it sort of matches a little bit to the UK plates. There you go, that one will do. So, customize, there we go. So I'm hoping that now we start the engine up. There we go, we can lower the hitch so that the trailer looks a bit more normal. There we go. So let's go and sell this and see how much we can get. So we need about 12,000 more pounds to be able to get the timber trailer that we are after. Right, so then if we pull around here, so we need 26,000 pounds total. If we go like this, oh, we are so close. We are £70 away. Ah, I just think if we hadn't have bought the different tow hitch, if we'd have just continued as we were, we'd have had enough. I can't actually remember if we've got anything on finance. I don't think we do, but let's see if we've got, if there's anything that we can sell. So, or if is there a contract that we can possibly do? So it is another Deadwood contract, but I'm thinking of going for this fertilizing contract because our fertilizer is quite wide. Yeah, let's accept this and let's grab our Massey and we can actually use our new machine. So let's drop this off. Now see how much our fertilizer holding machine and take. Just got to find it now here. So 8. Okay, that's going to be quite a lot of money. So now then, if we go into this here, yeah. Okay, so you know what? Let's just stick with as we are for now. Where is the field that we've got to go to? Right, okay, we can do that. If we can squeeze past, there we go. So then, that is going to be heading this way. So we'll get this done because it shouldn't take us too long with the size of the spreader that we've got. I'm hoping anyway. Oh, this is the max speed of the Massey apparently. So I'm going to go over to field 16 and get ourselves set up and underway. And before we finish the episode, we will get this contract done and buy the new log trailer. So I will see you when we are fertilizing field 16. Right, so we are now underway fertilizing field 16. We have activated precision farming as well, so we can now see on the mini-map where we've fertilized and where we haven't fertilized, which is a feature that I used a lot in relied on a lot in FS22, and I forgot that it was actually a feature of precision farming, so I'm really glad to see that back. Hopefully we will have enough fertilizer to get this field done, but it shouldn't take us too long. We have a 50 meter working width and we've already done 20%. So let's get this field finished so that we can buy the log trailer. Welcome back from that relatively short time lapse. We have nearly finished this contract. We're at 99%. So the contract is finished, but as we have not much left to actually finish the field, we might as well. I have turned the mod on allowing us to finish the field once the contract has finished. There we go. So let's collect that money. I'm tempted to take out these contracts for the next episode, so yeah, we'll do that, and we might as well. It's so close to our farm, and it's going to give us some money. So let's now buy the log transport trailer. So yeah, this is the one we're going for. I think we're going to leave everything standard. I'd like the front guard, but I want to minimize our spending. So we do need to just edit the auto load. I think it needs to come up slightly. Yeah, there we go. Which is a feature that I really, really like in this update, that we can adjust everything with the auto load. So actually I think we might be able to come back out. So how I'm doing this is, obviously you've got the auto load box, but I'm clicking the center scroll wheel on my mouse, and I can still drag or move the view around with the left click, but then all of these pink dots I can right click and expand them out, and if it's red it won't work, but as soon as it's blue it will work. So we can expand this as much as we can, which is a feature that I really, really like. So I think we can just expand that to about there. And I might just expand that just a little bit. Let's go up to there. So now that we've done that, we can buy that trailer. So let's leave everything where it is for now. We'll get this off the field. Actually, I suppose we can just park it next to the pickup truck. We'll park this up. We will jump into the lorry and head over to the store to grab the new trailer. So let's just leave this, or just leave it inside this gateway here. There we go. Turn the engine off. And might as well turn this engine off. And where is the Volvo? There it is. Start the engine. And head off now. The issue we've got is obviously we have an electric truck, which might not be the best at getting in and out of the fields, but it's going to have quite a lot of torque, so we could find that actually it works in our favor because this thing flies. The fact that we are already up at 45 miles an hour is ridiculous. So it could work in our favour. It would be nice to see if we could potentially upgrade parts of the lorry so that it can cope with the forestry work. But for now, we're just going to stick with what we've got. So there is the trailer. Let's go around the back. And hitch up. Or there we go. So we've got a log trailer. That looks really cool. So I'm going to head back to the forestry area that we have, but we're going to end the episode there. So as always, thank you very much for watching the episode. I really do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the episode, hopefully we'll see you back here for the next one. Thanks again for watching, and bye for now.